on him. One of the defenders of the crystal was a girl who he felt sympathy for. Her strength was already running out at that moment, and then the blonde turned around and thought that the power of the crystal had burst out. Lloyd was standing nearby and shouted that he shouldn't come near him. The guy covered his face with his hand and shouted that he needed to hold back the heart of winter. The servant turned around and tried to object to him, and the brown-haired man got even angrier and shouted that he just needed to be trusted. Because of this, Xavier turned around and flew towards the crystal. A moment later, he was right above him. The girl then raised her hand and turned to him, tried to stop him. But it was too late. The young man spread his wings and wrapped them around the crystal. It was incredibly difficult for him at that moment, and his thoughts were that this was the power of the highest dragon. He would not be able to hold it back for long. A status window appeared where it was written that the blessing effect was activated. His hands were cold, his feet were also cold. Even in severe cases he would not suffer from hypothermia. Meanwhile, Lloyd was moving along the tunnel and thought that maybe everything was fine with him, but the workers would not stand this. He gritted his teeth and thought that although he was not a warrior of justice, he was not of the breed to live for the sake of saving others. He had to return 1,000 gold at the same time. And then an enemy appeared behind him. The guy turned around, but it was too late. The enemy's dagger entered his abdomen. The brunette raised his eyes and ordered him to show his true face. Lloyd did not understand what was happening and began to scream. And then something completely strange happened. His face changed, swollen, and veins appeared around his eyes. And a moment later, the brunette found himself on some strange military field. They shouted at him and said that there was little time. Why was he suddenly making such a noise? The young man turned around and looked back. The main character was approaching him there, who said that everything needed to be turned into a desert, get the materials, and that would be the end of it. Then he began to smile sarcastically and said that they had a special power for this. Meanwhile, Xavier was still holding the crystal. His strength was already running out, and the girl stood below and continued to watch what was happening. She helped him as best she could and decided to use